Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more news from the Golden State Warriors, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your. The Warriors are tied 1-1 in the series against the Houston Rockets. The Warriors are fully capable of winning these games and going to the Western Conference semifinals. Of course, they will need their key players to be healthy and also to overcome the obvious lack of a big man. Rumors: Warriors are preparing to make a blockbuster deal and sign center Domantas Sabonis. On Sunday, the 7th-seeded Golden State Warriors were the best team on the floor against the 2nd-seeded Houston Rockets, resulting in a 95-85 Game 1 road win. Fortunately for the Rockets, the NBA playoffs don't require teams to thrive in a one-and-done format, giving Houston time to make adjustments and swiftly get back on track. With free agency looming and the Warriors boasting less than a 40% chance of winning a title with their current roster, realistically, it isn't premature to begin crafting trade ideas for the Dubs. The Right Way Sports Network's Daniel Alameda predicts the organization will swap a fraudulent Splash brother for a Sacramento Kings star forward this summer. The Golden State Warriors are in their final stretch of contention with Steph Curry before his retirement, Alameda wrote last Sunday. The front office has shared the sentiment that there's a sense of urgency to compete with Curry one more time, and that's why Domantas Sabonis needs to be a trade target. There's a strong chance that they'll be competing deep in the 2025 NBA playoffs, but with their new addition of Jimmy Butler, this is a 2 to 3 year window that can be a major development if they add another star like Sabonis. The Warriors are currently rolling out Draymond Green at center and Butler at the 4. But they would be so much better suited having a big very similar to Draymond and Sabonis. The Warriors would have 2 of the top 4 passing big men in the league with Sabonis and Green at the 4 and 5. Alameda's trade proposal would send Buddy Hield, Moses Moody, Tracy Jackson Davis, and a 2026 first-round pick to the Kings for Sabonis. The Kings' 2024-25 campaign didn't go as smoothly as they hoped. Acquiring DeMar DeRozan was designed to help the franchise make positive strides. Unfortunately, the Kings, who fired Mike Brown in December and swapped De'Aaron Fox for Zach LaVine in February, failed to make the postseason. However, Sabonis' play on the hardwood was encouraging. The 6'10" forward, capable of passing out of double teams, terrorizing opponents with aggressive rip-throughs and downhill drives, securing timely defensive rebounds, and confidently nailing three-point jumpers at a high clip, was arguably Sacramento's most impactful asset this year. The Gonzaga product averaged 19.1 points, 13.9 rebounds, and 6.0 assists per game in 70 regular season contests, shooting 59% from the field and 41.7% from 3. The Warriors' frontcourt unit, headlined by Green, shouldn't be opposed to targeting the well-rounded 28-year-old big man to balance their roster. Hield's long-range shooting hasn't been praiseworthy since his remarkable 2-month sharpshooting run with Golden State, likely causing Stephen Curry to miss his original Splash brother, Klay Thompson. A Hield and Sabonis summer free agency exchange would undoubtedly transform the Warriors into a more frightening ball club during the 2025-26 season and beyond. Warriors' lack of size is being exposed. The Golden State Warriors have been one of the smaller rosters in the NBA for years. The front office has failed to secure a skilled big man in multiple free agent and trade cycles. Quentin Post is the only true center on the roster, but as a rookie, he can't be trusted in the postseason. On Wednesday, the Warriors started the game with Draymond Green at center. Green is 6'6", hardly the size you would expect to see from a 5 tasked with anchoring a defense. Fortunately for the Warriors, Green is a generational defender and can lean on his IQ and processing speed to make up for his lack of size. Yet, even when head coach Steve Kerr goes to his bench, Kevin Looney, Golden State's second-string center, is undersized at just 6'9". It makes sense, then, that Houston's 6'11" all-star big man, Alperen Sengun, and 6'11" backup, Steven Adams, have been having their way during the opening games of this series. In many ways, they're in the image of their coach, Kerr said during his post-game news conference. He was a grinder as a player. He was tough and physical. That's what Houston is. They know where their advantage lies, and it's in playing atoms a lot, sometimes with Sengun. Having everybody crash the glass. It felt like 1997 out there, to me. A completely different NBA game to what we're used to. Houston has size and athleticism throughout its roster. Couple that with its physicality and commitment to playing through adversity, and it's easy to see why it finished the regular season as the second seed in a loaded Western Conference. The Warriors must find a way to overcome their lack of size. They've decided to play smaller, faster and with more finesse. As such, they knew that the postseason would challenge their roster construction. The problem is that Green and Stephen Curry are no longer in their primes. Playing smaller is much harder when your best players are on the downward slope of their careers. Houston aims to expose a genuine flaw in Golden State's roster. If it is successful, the Warriors' bid for a championship will be over. This series is the perfect litmus test to see if the Warriors' experience is enough to overcome a clear roadblock, or if General Manager Mike Dunleavy Jr. needs to finally add an experienced big man ahead of next season. Fortunately, we should get our answer soon enough. Steve Kerr speaks on Jonathan Kuminga's attitude to benching. What he has told Warriors star, he's got to. Golden State Warriors head coach has changed his opinion on Jonathan Kuminga. Many expected Jonathan Kuminga to have a breakout year with the Golden State Warriors this season, but he has somehow lost his spot in the rotation. Head coach Steve Kerr made the tough call, but so far it has paid off for the team. After all, the Warriors currently hold a 1-0 lead over the second-seeded Houston Rockets. Considering Kuminga will likely stay benched for the Rockets series, many have doubted if it's time for him to leave the Dubs. Despite these rumors, Coach Kerr recently pointed out a silver lining about benching Kuminga. Steve Kerr, Jonathan has been fantastic. Up until a couple of weeks ago, Coach Kerr made a huge deal about Kuminga not fitting in with the current version of the team. A key reason behind Kuminga's absence is Coach Kerr's reliance on Jimmy Butler playing huge minutes. But Kerr recently admitted that he may have to be smart about using Butler's minutes against the Rockets. In addition, Kerr has also been impressed with what Kuminga has done since getting benched. Jonathan Kuminga has been fantastic. His attitude, his energy on the bench, cheering guys on, staying ready, Kerr said, by a 95.7 the game. Jonathan Kuminga breaks silence on lack of minutes in Warriors Rockets. When the Golden State Warriors traded for six-time NBA All-Star Jimmy Butler and the team started thriving, many fans were excited about the thought of them playing this well despite not being at full strength. Warriors forward Jonathan Kuminga missed 31 consecutive games with an ankle sprain in the middle of the season, and Golden State did not see him on the court alongside Butler until over a month after the blockbuster trade. However, his return was severely underwhelming. In 15 games after returning from his injury, Kuminga averaged just 12.2 points, 3.9 rebounds, and 2.3 assists per contest with 44.1/17.1/74.2 shooting splits. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr ultimately decided to bench Kuminga, as he received a DNP coach's decision in the regular season finale, play-in tournament, and playoff opener. On Wednesday night in Game 2 against the Houston Rockets, Butler left the contest early due to injury, making way for an opportunity for Kuminga. In 26 minutes in Wednesday's loss, Kuminga dropped 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists on 4-12 shooting from the field and 2-5 from beyond the arc. After the game, Kuminga talked about finally getting an opportunity after logging 0 minutes for 3 consecutive games. "You gotta stay ready," Kuminga said. "It is tough to get DNPs. For any player it's gonna be tough, but what am I gonna do about it? You just gotta stay ready. Whenever your moment happens, it's going to happen. I just try to stay ready and not really think about why I'm not playing." Kuminga said it felt great to play on Wednesday, even though he did not expect to suit up. The 22-year-old forward may not be playing the best basketball of his career since returning from his long absence, but his mentality is ideal, and he is certainly putting in the work to get back into form. Warriors Draymond Green responds to accusations he took out Jimmy Butler. Golden State Warriors forward Draymond Green steered clear of the conversation on how Houston Rockets guard Amen Thompson collided with Jimmy Butler, which caused his awkward landing on his back. "I was trying to box out Thompson, and somehow he ended up under Jimmy's legs," Green told reporters after the Warriors' Game 2 loss. "I don't know, I didn't see it." Rick Kamla, a former NBA TV host, initially accused Green of taking out Butler. "Draymond took out his own teammate tonight. I guess Butler was stealing too much of the spotlight." But video replays showed Green was indeed trying to box out Thompson and did not push him toward Butler, which he was wrongly accused of. Kamla later corrected himself after watching the video replay. "Good point. I stand corrected. Amen played some football with Butler," Kamla wrote on X in a reply to a fan, who posted the video replay of the accident that led to Butler's injury. Rockets take advantage of Jimmy Butler's absence. But the damage to the Warriors has been done as they never recovered from Butler's early exit. The Warriors were down 8 when Butler left at the 1:51 mark of the first quarter. Without Butler, the Rockets led by Jalen Green, who exploded for 38 points, feasted on the Warriors' suddenly vulnerable perimeter defense. Golden State fell behind by as many as 20 points in the second quarter and in the fourth quarter. Though the Warriors made a late push, cutting the Rockets' lead to 11, Green's step-back three-pointer sparked an 8-0 run to seal the win. "It was significant," Green said of Butler's loss to injury. "Anytime you lose one of your best players, one of your top dogs, it's tough to overcome, but I thought we did a good job fighting, giving ourselves a chance. We just couldn't get over the hump." Though Butler's X-ray result came back negative, they are still waiting for the MRI result to be certain there is no structural damage and it was just a contusion. Waiting game. Stephen Curry missed 2 games for pelvic contusion late in the regular season. The Warriors hope Butler can return soon. But if not, they have to adjust without their top two-way player. "We'll have to figure that out," Green said in case Butler misses time. "It's no easy task to replace Jimmy. Obviously, we all know what he's meant to this team since he's been here, and we've kind of tailored our offense a bit around him. So, that will have to change a bit, but we'll see, he's tough. We've got a couple of days off. So, we'll take it day by day and see where we get." But compared to Curry, Butler appears to be stronger and conditioned to withstand such injury. "Jimmy always says he's going to be fine, but we have to wait to see the MRI result," Golden State coach Steve Kerr told reporters after the Game 2 loss. "He's given me 0 reasons not to believe anything he says, so I do believe him," Green said of Butler. The Warriors hope the 2-day rest in between Games 2 and 3 will be enough for Butler to recover.